The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from the Central Coast, New South Wales, weighing in tonight at 105 kilograms, the exception, Ben Braxton!
We would like to welcome you all here live, watching on Triller TV. My name is Sean Thomas. I'm here alongside my broadcast colleague, Ben Rosenthal. This is the way that we are starting off the night now with our local hero, the exception, Ben Braxton, taking up onto an international challenge here tonight.
It's time. Say the name, y'all know who it is.
Making his way to the ring from St. Louis, Missouri, he is Sidney
Sidney Akeem is so far undefeated on this 4-day tour, 20th anniversary of World Series Wrestling. He has flipped his way not only to the pinfalls, but into the hearts of every Australian person watching us live on Triller TV.
That's it. Sidney Akeem has been absolutely downright impressive on the Legacy Tour. We hope and pray that he will be gracing his presence here on World Series Wrestling later down the line. But for now, he's looking to close out the tour 4-0. But in order to do that, he has to head up against the exception, a man that is a combination of both agility and raw power. The stature of Ben Braxton here tonight.
Looking at Braxton, I think if you excuse the cliche, look up the word unit in the dictionary. It's got the actual meaning of what unit is. But then next to that is a picture of Ben Braxton.
Unfortunately as well, what Ben Braxton is coming up against is, would he usually be the local hero? Absolutely. He's in Sydney going up against a man named Sidney.
Too many Sydneys.
Sidney Air Akeem has gone through a plethora of different styles in his opponents, from Danhausen, Shigehiro Irie, now Ben Braxton, really just looking to find out the way that he can employ his special brand of offense to any kind of wrestler he finds himself across the ring from.
And each and every time, each of his opponents have had some different type of style when it comes to their wrestling. And Ben Braxton is something I don't think he's faced. Ben Braxton's known, as you pointed out earlier, for his power. I mean, look at him. But also for his agility. You've got a combination of the two. That's not a dichotomy we see too often.
There is youth and aggression on the side of the exception. Only been wrestling since 2019, 6 years. Very young in the business, all things considered. Current Niue Pro Wrestling Heavyweight Champion, held the title since December of 2013. Over 10 defenses, still going strong. Now a bit of chain wrestling to start things off. What we have found is, as this match goes on, this is the problem. Nobody has been able to find out exactly what the key to victory is against Akeem, because eventually he overwhelms. Hold on.
You were saying, Sean? Because I think someone may have someone's number.
Ben Braxton stopped the entire weight of Akeem in his tracks.
Like recognizes like. Whether they've studied the tapes of each other or just have a similar moveset. This is shaping up to be a very 50-50 contest, Sean.
Braxton really should, for a man his size, he should not be able to move as nimbly as he does. Oh, good grief! Double shots to the chest from Akeem, and there you see the glitching backflip. That has been the answer to victory a multitude of times for Sidney Akeem.
Now Akeem's slowing it down a bit, which is, unlike throughout the 4 matches, what I'm trying to say, that we have seen Akeem in this tour. He's always been up-tempo. He's always been quick on his feet. This match, we're seeing a very different side. He's slowing things down. He's being a lot more methodological in his, well, attacks as he shakes his hand after that vicious slap.
That's it, looking to vary up the approach, and really, that may be what you have to do against it. We're going to be silent for a moment. Oh! Honestly, the hubris got the better of Braxton there. You see, almost willing on the chop. Akeem having his number, going for those educated feet straight to the solar plexus. Oh my God, this is exactly that unlikely agility followed immediately just by a barrage of strength.
And that's where we can see where the agility and strength combinations coming in as a plus for Braxton after a vicious lean across the chin. And a knee to this other side of the chin.
Braxton now just throwing like a ragdoll Akeem all over the ring. The exception building up ahead of steam. That standing shooting star press employed to perfection by the exception. I find it funny that mostly whenever a big move like that is hit, the person hitting the move who only gets a 2 count, a little bit frustrated, sometimes a little bit shocked. Braxton was just like, whatever, next, and just jumped right back on his game, and that's something I really admire in a wrestler. Braxton being able to keep that cool, calm demeanor against an opponent like Sidney Akeem that is absolutely what you have to employ, and you have to wonder. Braxton, of course, has to have been watching this tour thus far, understands that currently Akeem is undefeated on the Legacy Tour. So he's come out full steam ahead, looking to put the man away. And really, for Braxton, if you could put away the undefeated superstar, what does that mean for your future potentially in World Series Wrestling and beyond?
I was just about to say the same thing, Sean. You got to believe that if you come in and you defeat someone, an international talent of Sidney Akeem's caliber, you're able to pin him to the ground where no one else could this tour. You better believe all of those watching internationally are going to be paying attention.
Sidney Akeem from the ground, from the apron, hoists himself up and still manages to hit a crossbody. From the push-up position, incredible. Now we are up close and personal with the fans here in the Evan Theatre. And notice, Ben, unlike earlier in the tour, there is no separation between audience and wrestlers. You are right there in the thick of the action. As it's scouted, straight there with a kick to the jaw. Sidney Akeem. Braxton is absolutely massive, huge. You can see just towering over Sidney Akeem and just employing a special brand of dominance on the man.
Well, referee Michael counting to 10. Each competitor has till the count of 10 to get back in the ring, otherwise they will be disqualified, and that's not a way to lose a match. It's not a way to win a match, quite frankly, especially if you're out to make an impression.
What in the world? Braxton with a springboard moonsault onto Sidney Akeem. It is hard to fully describe what that can possibly do psychologically to an opponent, to be so huge, have a youth on your side, and be that agile and quick, Ben.
Yeah, I'm jealous. You got me. I'm a very jealous person. He's clearly the better Ben.
Akeem has not been able to get a word or a move in edgewise here for the last couple of minutes. Oh my God!
That's not true. I've heard words like ouch, oh God, please stop. A couple of words there for you.
Honestly, for the majority of this context, Braxton has been on top. Braxton has been firmly in control. He has been dominating and dictating this entire affair.
He's almost toying with him now. Not in an arrogant way either, just waiting to see what he's got.
Sidney trying valiantly to mount a bit of offense, bit of a return coming up against the ropes with ease. Braxton going under, over, and a drop kick from the big man.
Effortless. Effortless.
Going straight into the pinfall. Perhaps taking a little bit too much time to showboat there.
I don't know if you saw that. No, I don't think I was showboating. He was pushing Akeem's arm down to keep his shoulder down. The arm was up, and of course, if the arm's up, you've got better trajectory to get your shoulder up. Braxton pushed it back down to the ground and prevented him from getting any momentum to get those shows up. Unfortunately, it didn't prove to be fruitful on this occasion.
Speaking of momentum here, Akeem trying to regain control. But again, Braxton has an answer for everything that Sidney Akeem has shown thus far. Vicious, vicious kick. Straight into the spine of Sidney. And there you see, once again, really doubling down, putting on the beat down. And you know, you take out the back of Sidney Akeem, you take out 90% of his offense.
Well, you can't really do flips without a spine, can you?
No, Sidney Akeem is not one to give up without a fight until his last breath. Really, he just has to weather this storm.
Well, see, I don't know. The blocks that we just saw there, Akeem perform, it looks like he's learned. It looks like he's finally got Braxton figured out. And as such, we're starting to see a bit more of an offensive from the agile one.
Sidney Akeem, he understands that one shot from Ben Braxton is enough to really just halt the momentum immediately. Any block, any way to just stay out of the way of one punch, one kick will do it. Now, you have to follow through. You have to stay on the attack. You can't allow the big man to get any head of steam.
Speaking of getting heads, that head just got a foot right to it. Braxton could be out.
Now my problem here is I think Braxton is a fair way across the ring here.
Surely not.
Now lying in wait as he comes to his feet. Waiting for Braxton to stand up in a beautiful crossbody center of the ring. Bit too close for comfort, perhaps, for Braxton. And now the tables, at least for the moment, have somewhat turned. Sidney Akeem has allowed himself at least a sliver of an opportunity to gain his breath back.
Braxton there grasping at his side, almost painfully inhaling, trying to get his breath back out after it's obviously been driven out of him.
Now I've noticed that Akeem has really tried to attack the cardio of Ben Braxton. Several crossbodies, really trying to just knock the wind out of him. Take the breath out of his sails! That twisting brain buster! Ben Braxton is known for devastating maneuver coming forward. Oh my God! 2 3/4, Sidney Akeem managing to get the shoulder up at the last second. At this point, running on fumes, the man is rocked.
And you look at Braxton's face after that pin. I mentioned earlier, he sort of shrugged off an earlier kick out. Not so much now.
Coming forward, Akeem having a scattered, a backflip, wait a minute! Almost looking like he was set to flip the script. Oh, good grief. Super kick after super kick.
Akeem cutting him off. Now Braxton cutting Akeem off.
Both men jockeying for position here, trying to find any sort of advantage.
Oh!
Out of nowhere! Both men down, both men spent. The 10 count has begun. Sidney Akeem was able to do exactly that. Weather the storm, and as this match has progressed further and further, he's been able to chop the big man down to size, at least enough to have a fighting chance.
We need both these competitors to get to their feet by the 10 count, otherwise we've got a disqualification.
Oh,
there we go!
Well, here we go! Back at it, right back at it! Slobber knocker of an affair as the big, massive elbow strikes of Ben Braxton. There's an answer with a multitude of strikes from Akeem. Oh, good Lord! Oh,
I thought that was it. I thought that was it.
Was the variation of the pump handle slam there by Akeem.
Pump handle sidewalk slam.
First, and that is the move that he's not employed on this tour thus far. pulling out all the stops. Up and over. Ben Braxton, oh my God! Yeah, that was clean more or less. Coming forward here, and now the big man is set to finish things off. Akeem is in trouble. Akeem has a counter. Here we are. Once again, flipping the script. Akeem caught him. Akeem caught him.
So effective, that move. And what's more,
Your winner, Sidney Akeem.
the flipping and the flipping is so distracting. You don't know when the cut is coming. Is it on the first? Is it on the third? Is it on the eighth? You never know. And it is being used to great effect throughout this whole tour. Sidney Akeem is 4-0 for the World Series Wrestling Legacy Tour.
If there's one thing that we have found out on this tour so far, that Sidney Akeem has perfected the formula. He has figured out a way to remain undefeated, to bamboozle his opponents, and through hell or high water, he has come away with a victory each and every time. Sidney Akeem is one to watch here going forward.
One thing I noticed this match, specifically this match which we haven't seen from Akeem, he had to stray from his battle strategy. And that's where we saw Braxton on top for most of the start.
Look here, Braxton coming out with a whirlwind of confidence. Had an answer for seemingly everything that Akeem had at his disposal, including his own style. The man employing both size and speed and strength.
But then as we saw throughout the match, Akeem seemed to learn his style. He flipped the script once again, got the 3, and remained undefeated.
And that is the